Greetings. Zelda Blacklight. Today is the 14th. The time is about 1:30, around somewhere in there. Want to know, do you know where your mind is at? Talking about this brother you see behind me, young brother, trying to be clever, but the old fox could see right through it. He intimidated a lot of brothers with his vulgar language, but he gives a false narrative about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I can't allow that to continue. And I want to put the young school and the new breed of black rebels into the real know of how a real black army operates, a real black soldier, scientist and scholar, how he rose. We're talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. Now, this young brother here, he talk a whole lot of smack, very foolishly. Brothers, they don't pay, some brothers don't pay him no mind that's supposed to be in the movement. But before we start, I want to distinguish the difference between those that follow the legacy of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and those that follow Louis Farrakhan. There's a big difference. So here in Detroit, 313, we got a lot of brothers that's devoted to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. See, Pharaoh said he got a whole lot of heart. He tried to show you that he got a lot of heart, especially when he called out and lies on the Nation of Islam. But that's only because he got the Caucasian backing him up. I'm not going to even call him a devil today. I'm going to call him a Caucasian. And we're going to show you how brothers get down in Detroit. Now this is a clip that a young brother, young minister in the Nation of Islam under the leadership of Minister Kareem. His name is Khalil. And he went on to the Detroit News and got an old clip, 1934 clip of brothers clashing with the Detroit police. So let's get into that right now.
Peace. I'm making this video about the 500 Muslims who went down to the Detroit Police Department in 1934. Because we have a lot of people these days who try to criticize the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And you have people who come at the Nation of Islam in many different ways. But one of the ways that they come at the nation is they try to make it seem like Malcolm X attracted all of these people to the nation, and that the Nation of Islam was like he was some powerful leader in the Nation of Islam, and without Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam would be nothing. Then you have those who try to criticize Master Pharaoh Muhammad with these FBI files. But let's look at it, brothers and sisters. Because this incident that the Muslims had with the Detroit Police Department, you can find this on the Detroit News website, which is DetroitNews.com. And I will post the link so you can read this for yourself. And we'll see that in 1934, long before Malcolm X, we had 500 Muslims go down and have to check the Detroit police. Let's look at it, brothers and sisters. Now this comes from the Detroit News website. It says a headquarters and school set up on Hastings Street was raided by police and Detroit school officials on April 16, 1934. Several members were arrested and held. They were charged with contributing to the delinquency of minors by withdrawing children from the public schools and teaching subversive doctrines. This is the good part. It says the next day, 500 nation members marched to the police headquarters to see those who were arrested. They were met by Detroit police. Then it says the fight erupted when a police inspector was knocked down and a police squad went to his aid. 150 police using batons joined the clash that lasted 10 minutes. It says 12 police were injured with cuts and bruises. 100 were arrested. Then another sweet spot. It says there was no report of marchers injured. Now when it talks about these 12 police who were injured with cuts and bruises, we'll give the devils the benefit of the doubt, because I believe it was probably more than 12 who got injured. If 150 of these devils came out and it was 500 Muslims, it was probably more than 12 of those devils that got cuts and bruises. But we'll overlook that. You know what I'm saying? The main thing is when it says there was no report of marchers injured. That's the main thing. It says that these brothers was asked to raise their right hands to be sworn. The defendant stretched out arms with palms up and said, "We swear only by the one true God, Allah."
See, the Crusades is still on. You know, Pharaoh was in his last, one of his last videos, he was talking about the Moors and the Crusades. See, the Moors is Muslims. They're Muslims. And you got a couple of different kind of Muslims. You got the Moors, you got the Nation of Islam, then you got the Orthodox. Well, the Nation of Islam birthed the nation of gods and earth. And they study up under the Supreme Wisdom book also. But it's a war against Islam here. Donald Trump, when he first got in office, he made it plain that it's a war against Islam, you know. And the Nation of Islam been around a long time. and devil's been trying to shut them down. And they do all kind of devilish things that devils are known to do and what's in their nature to do, you know. They got the young Pharaoh, you know, they bought him off. A whole lot of brothers, not just him, you know, you got a whole lot of brothers that's on the police force. Some of them, these brothers, is down with the Nation of Islam, and some of them ain't. You got a whole lot of brothers that's in law enforcement, FBI, CIA, they down with the Nation of Islam. Some of them ain't. You know, Pharaoh, young Pharaoh is one who's under the payroll of the devil in some kind of capacity, and he's not down with the Nation of Islam. And he know there's a difference between uh, Farrakhan followers and those that follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So he wanted to attack. He was attacking Farrakhan. So he said, well, I'm going to attack the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and rile those other brothers up that's down with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, see. So he's doing that now. So I'm responding to him and saying that, you know, you on the wrong side, brother. You on the losing side. They can't win, you know. So, you know, before time is up on you, you better come on over to this side. And it ain't over. You know, we gonna be getting in to that ass, you know, from now on. So look, brother, those brothers back in those days, them was some bad brothers. Y'all young brothers can't produce none of what them brothers produce. Where your farms at? Where your banks? You know. I mean, you know, the nation ain't over with. We just begin to do our thing, brother. We just begin to rise. This is Black Light.